I love encaustic because it is, by its very nature, alluring, enigmatic. It has a lot of transparency to it. Never mind that encaustic is using beeswax. I mean, there's a huge metaphor now with a beehive, the queen bee, this wonderful wax and honey that they produce. And people long, long ago discovered that they could borrow that wax, mix it with pigment, and create other articles of beauty. And so it's sort of taking nature's beauty and making other articles of beauty, which were encaustic paintings. It's really the oldest form of painting that's around. Beeswax was the first medium that humankind found to create their own record of artist activity. And I love it for that. I liked doing the encaustic paintings that had a lot of dark pigment in them, because we think of darkness as being kind of opaque. It's hard to see in the dark, but darkness isn't opaque. It just takes a different kind of seeing, and it takes calmness. You know, when you go out on a really dark night, you can feel that fright. We live where there's no street lights, on an acreage that backs onto a forest. And the first couple of dark nights that I went out in the yard, and I'm not a fearful girl, I felt, who's the boogeyman? Where's the boogeyman? What's coming out of this darkness? It can be threatening, darkness. And it can feel like it is an opaque veil, but it's not. If you can calm and you can breathe and you can, again, become a person who sees, there's much to be seen in the darkness, and it is very transparent. And it just takes a process to get accustomed to it. So I'm really interested in issues of darkness and lightness. When I was a young teacher, there was an illustrator who I adored. His name was Brian Wildsmith, and he did children's books. And they weren't cutesy little talk down to caricature illustrations. They were fine art paintings, and they often had real darkness and real lightness, and they had things of beauty emerging from the darkness into the light. Birds emerging from the very dark green, black, murky darkness, becoming more and more vibrant as they came into the light. Now, he wasn't lecturing or teaching anyone particularly about open your eyes and see, but I know darn well that's what was going on in those paintings, and they spoke to kids. And so I think there's much to be explored for me in terms of using real darkness and lightness in some of my work. I really explored different kind of dark backgrounds, and I thought I really want a matte chalkboard black background, because there is something coming out of that darker experience. And I don't mind that real dark matte. That darkness is not transparent. I don't care how well you calm yourself down. It is opaque darkness. So the imagination has to provide what's in the darkness. You talk to a representational painter, and they'll tell you that value is more important than color, and one needs to have darkness and lightness to create a picture plane that has interest. It's a basic principle of design. And artwork that doesn't include it tends to look mishmashy in the middle. So it does provide for strong composition, and that's true across all genres of art. But then beyond that, it can represent something too. I was a real student of Jung when I was younger, and there's a shadow side to all of us.